I love it when people ask me questions about how to stay positive because I am the positivity expert. I've got 8 specific strategies for you today. And before I forget, if you don't have a copy of this book yet, I'll give you one for free. You just pick up the shipping, click in the link below, and I'll get it right out to you. How do you stay positive? I'm going to start with the first strategy that has a lot to do with psychology. It's called metacognition. My job is to illuminate the obvious, which is fun for me. I get to talk to people about things they already know, but they didn't notice until it was called to their attention. Many of the processes in our mind are like this. Metacognition is a process of thinking about thinking. Think about your thinking. This seems so simple, but it's powerful because metacognition creates a little space. And in that space is where choice exists. You've probably heard before that it's a choice, right? Happiness is a choice. Positivity, it's a choice. Well, that can be annoying and frustrating until you understand the processes that are going on in your own mind. You got to turn on the metacognition and start thinking about your own thinking. In conjunction with that, I'm inviting you to also be willing to question your own thinking. When you have a thought, for example, of, I'm just not very good at anything, question that and say, wait a minute, is that true? That's a potentially life-saving question. Wait, is that true? Nobody likes me. Hold on, is that true? I hate myself. Wait a minute, who is this I that hates me so much? And who is this me that I hate? Start to question your own thinking, and this changes the game. As you do this, you're going to start noticing some things about your thoughts. And don't be too quick to believe everything you think. Turn on the metacognition. The second strategy is something that I share in all of my coaching programs. It has to do with gratitude. Practice gratitude. And do this on a daily basis, and let's up the ante a little bit. Because it's easy for people to make a little gratitude list, right? You've probably done this yourself. I don't want you to just do the trite, fluffy, oh, I'm grateful for my family and my health and puppies and rainbows and indoor plumbing. Yeah, okay, you can be grateful for those, but here's what's going to power it up. You find on a daily basis at least a handful of things that you're grateful for about the hard things in your life, about whatever is challenging or frustrating or difficult. And if you don't have something on that list, we can get you something. But you go to your hard list and find what you're grateful for in that hard thing. Here's an example for you. Last summer, I went through surgery on both of my Achilles tendons on my heel, on both feet. I had a little repair done. This created some challenges for me. It was difficult. It was painful. What if it's something like that for you? So here's an example of gratitude from the hard list. I'm grateful for that surgery, obviously because it's helping me to function better in my physical functioning. But here's something else. I'm grateful for accessibility for disabled people. I got to use the accessibility options at stores or in parking lots or on elevators as I was on a scooter, and I learned more about accessibility and came to appreciate that. Okay, that's just an example. Now, am I really grateful for that? Yes, I am. So that's what I'm talking about, and this changes the game. So practice positivity and focus on the hard things. The next strategy has to do with what is coming, and you don't know. Think about it. How are you doing next week? You don't know. You've got something to do with it. Please don't forget that part. But you don't know. All you can possibly do at this point is imagine how you're going to be doing in the future. Now let's tap into your creative power because you are going to create something. You have to. You're a creator. By your very nature, you're going to create something. The question is, what are you going to create? So here's the strategy. Set an intention to create positive things in your life moving forward. Set the intention. This might be as simple as saying, I will do this or that. Or even put it in the present tense. I am a fit, thriving, healthy man. Okay, as an example of the way you set those intentions. Well, what if you don't really feel like a fit, thriving, healthy man or woman? Speak the truth in advance. Tell the truth in advance. Because if it's true next week, then it's true, right? And setting your intention about what you're creating then helps to guide your creative efforts in that direction, and you'll have a lot better outcomes. The fourth strategy or habit that I'm sharing with you today is to observe your feelings. Don't be afraid of what you're feeling. You're never wrong about how you feel. But sometimes our fear of feeling certain ways has us avoiding things or has us trying to make sure that certain things either happen or don't happen. Well, you're going to have a variety of feelings as you go through life. The habit that I'm suggesting to you is that you become an observer of your feelings. And here's a little insight. Feelings change. In fact, I have a colleague made his whole practice, his whole career off of those two words. Feelings change. And if you haven't noticed that already, pay attention. You don't feel the same today as you did years ago about certain things, and you're not going to feel the same in the future as you do right now. Feelings change. Now that's good news, because whatever you're feeling right now is temporary. Whether it's positive or unpleasant, it's temporary. Feelings change. So knowing that, you can simply sit back and start to observe what you're feeling. Become very interested in watching what you experience rather than trying to react to it all the time. Powerful habit. The fifth habit for success in being positive has to do with the input. Create positive input on a daily basis. Now, by input, I mean what you're putting into your brain. Pay attention to what you watch, the media that you engage with, the music you listen to, the movies you watch, the books that you read. What kind of input is going in there? I'm suggesting that to really be good at this positivity thing, you intentionally create daily positive input. And if you're wondering what to do with that, spend more time here on the channel. We got lots in the playlists here that are going to speak to that specifically. I also do a podcast called Live on Purpose Radio. Have you connected with that? You certainly could. And I'm providing positive input for you to hear inspiring stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Connect, get that positive input flowing. Habit number 6, exercise. Move your body. I'm not a physiologist, so I'm not going to tell you all the benefits for that. But remember, your brain is part of your body, and taking care of your body is taking care of your brain. Enough said? Do it. Habit number 7 comes from what I've learned through interviewing literally hundreds of successful people who are arguably some of the most positive people on the planet. They daily practice mindfulness or meditation or quieting their mind and connecting with their source. I don't know what your particular inclinations are, but having something like this as part of your daily routine is a powerful way to establish positivity on a more permanent basis. And then finally, every successful person I know, myself included, engages coaches and mentors and mastermind groups for them to really connect with how other people are accomplishing what they are trying to pull off themselves. Get some coaching, join a group, take a course, do something that connects you with the community of positive people, and that will put you in a group that experiences success in positivity. I offered it up front. I'm going to offer it again. My book, Pathological Positivity. I'll pay for the book. You pay for the shipping. Sound like a good deal? Let's get you started on some positivity, and that will also connect you to some other resources that are available to you, including coaching, and other programs that you can get engaged with to increase your positivity. I'm happy to be on your team.
Face locked onto the phone.